Strive to be, first and foremost, an American citizen worthy of their sacrifice. A day set aside to honor the American Patriot veterans who have carried the banner of liberty. Okay, so I'm going to read this, and I'm going to do my best not to cry, because I kind of get emotional sometimes about American patriotism and history, about how this country came to be. And even though we've got a lot of, no country's perfect because every country's made up of imperfect human beings. And in fact, the U.S. Constitution quotes, in order to establish a more perfect union, we the people, in order to establish a more perfect union. How can you get more perfect? I've always thought that was a neat phrase. So it's because you strive for perfection, but you're never going to reach it because we are flawed human beings. So I'm not going to get philosophical too much, but I am going to read this, and I'll send this to anybody who wants it. I'll send you an email. Again, this was from Veterans Day 2019. It says, we set aside Veterans Day to honor the sacrifice of generations of soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardsmen who have carried forward the banner of liberty since the first shots were fired at Lexington and Concord. Millions of American patriots have for generations honored their oaths to support and defend the liberty that was endowed by our Creator, quoting the Constitution, as affirmed in the Declaration of Independence and enshrined in our Constitution. Today and every day, we formally honor them. We remain a free people because they stood bravely in harm's way, and because millions remain on post today. For this, we, the American people, offer our heartfelt thanks. And then it gives a quote from the Bible. It says, mighty men of valor, men trained for war, who could handle shield and spear, and whose faces were like the faces of lions, in 1 Chronicles 12:8. And then it quotes General Douglas MacArthur, duty, honor, country. Those three hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, and what you will be. They are your rallying point to build courage when courage seems to fail, to regain faith when there seems to be little cause for faith, and to create hope when hope becomes forlorn. And then it quotes John Stuart Mill, who I had to go look up. I wasn't familiar with his name, but once I read his quote, I'm like, oh, I've heard that before. War is an ugly thing, but not the ugliest of things. The decayed and degraded state of moral and patriotic feelings, which thinks that nothing is worth war, is much worse. A man who has done nothing for which he is willing to fight, nothing which is more important than his own personal safety, is a miserable creature that has no chance of being free unless made and kept so by the exertions of better men than himself. Amid, and this is, so the article goes on to say, amid all the political rancor that dominates the public discourse and news cycles, we should remind ourselves of the following observation from an Army veteran, Charles M. Province. Now, this part, I don't think I can read it because I think I'm going to start to cry. But it talks about the Bill of Rights, basically. It says, it is the soldier, I'm going to try this, okay? It is the soldier, not the minister, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to protest. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us a right to a fair trial. It is the soldier, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, whose service beneath the flag, whose coffin is draped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag. So, at one point in our lives, this is just a quote from somebody. At one point in our lives, every veteran wrote a blank check made payable to the people of the United States of America for an amount up to and including their life. I've actually got a dry throat. It quotes the Bible again. It says, greater no love has anyone than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John 15:12-14. We invite you to read Mark Alexander's most recent Veterans Day essay, a tribute to the Medal of Honor recipient Clint Romesha. And there's a link to that in this article. And finally, to genuinely demonstrate gratitude to military veterans and those still serving, patriots who have and continue to defend the liberty we enjoy, here are my suggestions. Strive to be, first and foremost, an American citizen worthy of their sacrifice. That's why I said that the happy hour on Friday is going to be much more lighthearted. But yeah, seriously, thank you to all veterans. Thank you to all active military, all veterans of the military, all people serving right now. We've had some people in the live stream before from Iraq and Afghanistan watching on active duty, and appreciate you guys being out there, and appreciate you guys being ham radio operators as well, because it's really cool to see that going around the world like that.